Welcome traders. Let's look at gold. What kind of opportunities we have on XAUUSD? Let's find out. This is more of an update on the previous analysis, so I strongly suggest you go through previous analysis, which you can find here on this channel, and then come back to this one. Right, so what we can quickly see that gold has created this W pattern here, and this is what we have been observing since last July or August 2020, and since then we have been taking several long and short positions, but our bias has been towards the short position. Why? Because this is the market going upwards, and then this was a correction. So if the correction is going downward, our bias has to be to the downside. Okay, so the market has come to the 1681 level, which we knew about in advance, and we knew that market could push up, and that's why we were started we changed our bias to the long side. Now, what kind of bias do we have? In my previous analysis, one of the previous analysis, I mentioned that you should be trading what you see, and this is what you can see very clearly. The market has gone down, gone back up, gone down, gone back up, and so what we have right now is a bear trend. So what do we expect? Next move is to downside, and this is what we see right now. So this can continue to go down, but it remains to be seen whether it actually goes down below this level or not. It can come to one of these levels here and then go back up. So all of these possibilities are still open, but we trade what we see, and we know that market is falling down, so we will go with that. And the gold has been bearish. There was a case where gold could actually go into bullish mode, which I mentioned in one of my previous analysis, and that was if I go to the weekly time frame, the gold was basically not taking any kind of correction. It was just moving up, and especially in this period, it was just straight away going up without any kind of correction. And this actually happened similarly here, and this was bullish case here, but because that has not happened, and this was anticipated, if this was going to fall and if it was going to create a correction, then that parabolic move was cancelled, and we are back into the normal behavior of usual trend patterns. So again, let's look at a few other things. Another thing that we have is that gold has created a W pattern, which means that market is going to go down, and that's what it is doing. And it has not reached its final potential level, although it is struggling with the previous structure level here. It fell down, but it was not able to break through this structure level. So if the market starts to fall through that, then is going to fall down further into this first profit target level, and then we'll have to analyze whether it continues to fall further down into this level or so. So that's what we have on terms of gold. Now there are a few other methods of looking at the same thing. Now you cannot master all of them. You have to stick to your methodology, but there are a few other methods channels and this and that. So make sure you're consistent with them. There is something which is, oops, that's a very bad trend line, but make sure that you are sticking to what the things which actually work for you. So just start doing things which you are aware of. So the gold is following this cross trend line, so the market went up and now it is performing a retest. So if it actually breaks through this trend line, then obviously the market is going to go down, right? However, if it actually forms a support here, then it is expected to go higher. But again, we have this particular area right there around 1960, 1956 or 1960, which can push the gold down once again. So our plan, very simply, with this technical analysis is that watch for the gold to see whether it actually breaks through this trend line and this particular structure level here. If it does, then go for a short. If it holds that level, then go for a long. The long has to be maximum up to 1856 to 1860 area. Very simple. And as soon as it reaches that level, get out of that long position, look for a short position back into the structure. As simple as that. It's simple FCP analysis. And let's look at what kind of opportunities we had last time. So this is the analysis that we have been following for, I think, now for a month and a half now. And in the group, I mentioned that on Friday, on not Friday, but I think it was Friday, but last week I mentioned that the market was going to test this level, 13 1875 level or so, and if this was going to get broken, Like, because why this area is very important. This used to be a supply zone, now this has turned into a demand zone. So the market was falling down, and a lot of people were like short on this market. But you see, it doesn't have to be like that. You have to read your charts like in steps. I've like I've noticed few traders who are like thinking of actually going short all the way down to this level. No, it doesn't work like that. You have to go in steps, right? Unless you are like trading long term, higher time frames. So I said, if this thing breaks, then we are looking for the target of 1866, which never happened. It never closed below here. The market started to push higher, and it went in right into this important level of 1902, which we know that the market has been respecting again, again, and again. So it has come back down into this demand zone. Because it is back here, we can expect market to move upwards a little bit. Watch this level of important level. This is 1891 level, but there is intermediate level of 1884. So all of these levels can act as resistance. If the market finally breaks through this supply zone, then we know what is coming. The next level is going to be this one, 1866 to 93, but 1859.638, that looks like a very good level, because we have this M pattern forming as well, and we also have the higher time frame confidence building there. So this is what we have on gold. If you enjoyed this analysis, found this useful, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, put in a comment below this video, and share it with other traders and trading communities, because that's how you can actually help them as well. Pretty much what I'm trying to do here as well. All right, so I'll see you in the next one. Have a good trading week next week.